are all living together and told to create a scene. Limited only by what we can drink and what our minds can see. And we'll show the truth of it, our youth at the palace really empty. There's a code you see and you best to agree, or else there will be no peace. There's a freeway running through the breezeway, leading to the feeling I was wrong. Learn to go walk you in everything you do, so I have a place to call my own. Now I find myself lost beyond the shell, taking down roads, spin through town. I'm not sorry now, I no longer bow to the haters who watch me down. No, no. I'm not out. I'm not out. Yeah, 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 yeah. There's a freeway running through the breezeway, leading to the feeling I was wrong. Learn to go on doing everything you do, so I have a base to call my own. Now I find myself lost beyond the shell, taking down thoughts, spin through town. I'm not sorry now, I no longer bow to the haters who watch me drown. No, no.
Hey, happy Tuesday. How are you? Hope you're well. Hope you're smiling. I see Shane. I see Rich. I see Josh. And I see that it's about to be storming from the remnants of Hurricane Beryl coming into Chicago this afternoon. What's up, Shane? How are you, man? Hope you had a great evening and a great morning. Hope your work day's going good. I still got a little coffee left, so I'm sipping on that, trying to make it last. Great, great, great. It's Josh's escape, so we're gonna make it a good escape today. It's going good, Shane. Glad to hear it, man. How about you, Rich? Hope you're having a good day. And Rich, I wanted to ask about, your lady. Hope she's doing well. So for the start today, dude, I found this really nice little recap of what we know about season 5 coming up. And I wanted to spend some time going over it because it's a lot of interesting stuff. And it's going to be things you want to know about as you're coming into the season. And there's a lot of little details, and I'm not going to go through every mundane detail, but I'm definitely going to hit on some of the larger points that I thought you guys would be interested in for next season and what the next season is going to be like, and some of the things that are going to be cool about it, and then, talk a little bit about what we're looking forward to. So without further ado, neat little, I'm going to even give it a high rating if I could, because I thought it was nicely done, nicely laid out. They talk about the seasonal information that's going to be coming up, and the theme is called Return to Hell. It's August 6th to October 8th, again, an abbreviated, very short 2-month and 2-day season. And then also you have the seasonal mechanic, which we don't really know about. But what we do know is there was a little series of quests going on. What's up, Clip? How are you? And Mike DeWitt, welcome to the stream. Happy Tuesday to you. Good morning, Cliptus. Hope you're well, man. There was a little quest line that was running us around that I believe had to do with the seasonal mechanic. And it didn't explicitly say so. It looked like a world quest that you were doing. It had the big white symbol that you see when you do a world quest line or something big. and it was leading us around the map, and I didn't finish the entire quest line before the PTR was over, so I don't know where it completely led. But there were a lot of boss fights, and just mini boss fights, I should say, nothing major. I'm having some coffee. I still have some coffee left, Clip, so I'm treating it like it's morning for me too, even though it's 1:35 in the afternoon. So that's the seasonal stuff, and then the seasonal features. So they talk about the Infernal Hordes, which we did some of in PTR. New uniques and legendary aspects, two separate and very important aspect of next season. The unique system overhaul. So really, the entire system of uniques is going to change. How you target farm changes, and I'm going to deep dive into that a little bit. Class balance changes. I thought we'd talk about maybe some of the class balance changes because there's only 5 classes, so it's easy to talk about still. Weapon usability, which we all know is kind of widening so that, wizards could use swords, for example, and some things that they couldn't do before. Or maces, I should say. Weapon usability changes. Tempering changes. So tempering gets a little bit easier for a couple of reasons. Hey, what's up, Clip? I see you in Twitch too, dude. Thank you for helping bolster the channel. I appreciate it, man. There's some changes to bosses, all bosses, that you'll be interested to know about. Quality of life changes and accessibility features that may be important to you, we'll touch on. So the first thing they talk about is the Infernal Hordes, and they give you a nice little summary on it. It's basically an endgame content piece. It's an endgame mode. It's meant to be sort of like the Gauntlet or the Pit or the AOZ section. I don't know if it's a seasonal thing or if it'll be permanent. But Infernal Hordes, it works kind of like a Nightmare Dungeon. You actually get this item in a Nightmare Dungeon that opens up another portal to another dungeon, essentially, which is a wave-based encounter that ends with a boss fight. What's up, Wolf? How are you, buddy? Good to see you, man. Happy Tuesday. We're just talking about some Season 5. We're doing a little bit of a look ahead to Season 5. And I'm using this Wowhead article as a guide because it's a really nicely organized article that talks about all the different changes in a very compact way. To give you a nice little summary. And if you want to go into detail, you can. But the way it works is you go through these, you get a tier 3 is what initially drops for you. And then you can use these tier 3, you get multiples of them, and then you can take them to the blacksmith and salvage them. And when you salvage them, you get a scroll, and that scroll you can use to upgrade a different tier 3 or tier 4 or tier 5 or tier 6 or tier 7 sigil, if you will. Can't remember what they're called exactly. But anyway, once you start these waves, lots of monsters keep coming constantly. It's pretty cool. There's a lot of density. It's a pretty fun ordeal. Personally, I think the waves could be a little... That's it. Infernal Compass. Thank you. I did not see your message, Wolf, but I'll check it out. I've been running around today, so I haven't really seen anything that's been on Discord yet. Thank you, Clip. It's called the Infernal Compass. That's right. And so you can upgrade the compass from tier 3 to tier 8. And obviously, the higher you upgrade it, the more difficult it gets. And also, the more effective the rewards become. Thank you for all the likes already, you guys. 2.1K likes, and we're just getting started. Thank you very much. Okay, so what happens during this is there are certain mobs or structures that pop up that when you destroy them, give you what's called Aether, A-E-T-H-E-R. Personally, I think it falls in a little bit too... They either need to make more Aether fall per round, or they need to lower the amount of Aether needed to open the most difficult chest. Getting 250 Aether in anything but a tier 8, I think was impossible. And I don't even know about a tier 8 because I didn't complete one. I never finished one. So it seemed extremely difficult to open the most difficult chest, which had a guaranteed single GA item. It could be more than single, but guaranteed at least one GA in the 250 Aether chest, which I never got to open. Gear materials and gold rewards, you get a choice. So you could actually go in here and farm up gold if you wanted to, or you can open the chests. And we found out that Ether doesn't carry over from one to the next to the next. You have to use it or lose it, baby. So it makes sense to like buy up as many of the chests as you can buy and then use the rest on buying gold. So you come out of there with something. You feel like you come out of there with something no matter what. And it's a source of a whole bunch of new legendaries and uniques, which I'll talk about in just a minute. Yeah, new uniques and target farming. There's a whole bunch of new uniques in the game, which are untested or relatively lightly tested at this point. We haven't really seen what they are all about, but we will when the season drops. We'll only have 2 months really to test these new legendaries out because season 6 will be dropping on October 8th and the DLC will be dropping on October 8th. So it'll be an interesting season to say the least when it comes to these new uniques and how they'll fit into builds. But the new uniques themselves, if I can open, I haven't really gotten into the deep dive of this particular section, but they show you all of them. And the Crown of Lucion was one that was highly sought after for barbarians, by the way. So, and that is one of the ones that falls in Infernal Compass zones. Endurant Faith, Lochran's Talisman, I heard a lot of people looking for. Shard of Arathiel has a nice, powerful basic skills deal extra increased damage, but it costs extra primary resource, which if you're generating a lot of, you don't care. Oh, that's okay, Rich. That's all right, buddy. It's good to see you, man. Glad you're here. Special Barbarian uniques. Third Blade has a lot of people slavering. Weapon mastery skills are also now core skills that have no cooldowns but cost Fury, dealing X% of normal damage. Their Fury costs are reduced by X for any additional charges the skill would have had. So this turns your weapon mastery skills as a barbarian into core skills. Your wife is good. I'm glad to hear it, Rich, man. Thank you. Here's to that. I'll take a sip of coffee for that one. That's great news, buddy. I'm glad to hear it. Druid uniques, and we'll talk a little bit more in depth about Druid in a minute, but a couple of new Druid uniques that synergize nicely with other skills that are getting buffed for Druid. And I'm not a Druid, so I couldn't really talk in too deep of detail about how that works, but we'll actually show you in another article about that. Necromancer uniques, couple new, the Mortacrux and the Path of Tragul. I heard a lot of rogues after the Umbra Crux because it'll help deal extra damage. The Shade Totem soaks up damage and then deals it out to your enemies. It's like a trap skill. And then Shroud of Kandurus. I didn't really heard anybody talking about this guy yet, but Dark Shroud has huge possibilities, and it's getting buffed. We'll talk more about that in a minute. Sorcerer uniques, the Vox Omnium and the Axial Conduit, which I saw a lot of people talking about Axial Conduit. Oh, hey, thank you for the tiny diny wolf. Well, you know what that means, everybody. Let's interrupt our regularly scheduled program for the tiny diny song. It stayed in tune. Tiny diny. All right. Dropping it on you. Right on. Metal to the wall. That's not really a metal song. It's more of a classic rock song. Someday maybe I'll play that whole tune because there's a whole song that has nothing to do with Tiny Diny. What the heck is this? Oh, never mind. So let's go back to our regularly scheduled program. So those are the new uniques that are in the game. That's all they do is just show you the new uniques. Okay. So the next thing they do is talk about target farming those uniques. So the first thing that you need to know is that Grigwar, the boss that you usually bring living steel to get the shards for Duriel, Grigwar is dropping a new unique for each class. Sorcerer, Druid, Necro, Rogue, and Barbarian all have their own individual unique that's going to also additionally be dropped for Grig. And then in Infernal Hordes is where the rest of these new items that we just went over all fall. So you have to do Infernal Hordes if you want these new uniques. And so there you go. That's your new target farming right there. Is the uh, farming the Infernal Compass zones or dungeons for these new uniques. And I can tell you, I didn't really do a ton of them. I probably did 5 to 7 compasses. I didn't see any uniques, not one. And I didn't like. I think I did a 3, 4, 5, 6. I probably did 1, 7, and I probably did another couple of 4s and 5s. And I never saw any of the uniques. I saw people trying to sell them for Season 4 gold in the trade channel, which I thought was hilarious. People were trying to sell Season 5 PTR uniques for real gold in Season 4. So that was kind of cool and funny. But, whatever. That's what people do. Uniques. When the unique drops from now on, when an Uber unique drops, it's going to have its own really distinctive sound and look. As you can tell, if you see that purple looking, I just demonstrated it during PTR, but it makes a nice big ka-ching, and it glows with this huge purple beam, so you can't miss it. You'll know. You're no more guessing at when, ooh, wow, I wonder if an Uber dropped. You're going to know when an Uber dropped from now on. Weapon usability. New weapon types have become available to additional classes. There's a whole little section on that. How maces can now be used by wizards and daggers can now be used by blah blah and all this other stuff. I'm not going to go into detail on weapon usability. Tempering, however, I am going to go into a little bit of detail on because I think that's really important. Tempering gets easier in a few ways. There's new tempering manuals coming into the game for each class, and the lion's share of the tempering manuals are for the sorcerer and rogues. Other classes, there's also like some general ones that everybody gets. But the generic one that's really cool is Worldly Finesse. Now, I can tell you that in PTR, it never dropped for me on either my Rogue or my Barbarians. And I made two Barbarians and a Rogue. And I never saw Worldly Finesse drop, and I did a lot of work in PTR. I spent a lot of time playing PTR. So I don't know if they're going to make manuals drop more frequently or if they're just going to give it to you or like what the deal will be with manuals. Maybe it was just me having some bad luck. I don't know, but I don't think I was the only one who struggled to see certain manuals drop and put a lot of time in during PTR and didn't see certain manuals. And this is an extremely important manual because it lets you do critical strike damage. Even if you're a barbarian, you don't need to go to a rogue. You can put critical strike damage on your own gear. So if you and I didn't even get this on my rogue, never mind on my barbarians. So I was a little frustrated with the PTR in this way because this recipe didn't drop for me. I never got to fully test my whirlwind barbarian because I couldn't put critical strike on my gear the whole week. I was really pissed. I was really pissed, but I also accept this is an RNG thing, and I don't know why it didn't drop for me. It just didn't drop for me. Barbarian tempering manuals, Slayer's Finesse, but we kind of don't know what it does. We have only farmed the fact that this is in the game. And then this Barbarian Innovation, which adds ranks to Frenzy, Flay, and Earthquake. Which Flay is going to probably come in very handy next season. I think what we're going to talk about when it comes to Barbarian is that Flay is going to be the flavor of the year, or of the season, I should say, for Barbarian. New Druid tempering manuals, ultimate efficiency, which has to do with certain cooldowns on some of your passive or active skills, I should say. Hey, thank you. What's that? Alpha Dom. All right, let me get through this and then I'll play you the Tiny Tiny song. Um, Nature, that was from the girlfriend? Okay, cool. I don't want to make her wait then. I'll play it. And we're going to use the pick. Where'd the pick go? Tiny, tiny. There's the Tiny Tiny song. When the fans want the Tiny Tiny, dude, you drop what you're doing and you do the Tiny Tiny. It's called, is that called the Tiny Tiny? And it requires you to inflect your voice into the soprano at the end. The Tiny Tiny, full octave. Right on, man. Um, I hope she liked the whole octave roll. That's not that easy to do, by the way. Um, Nature, magic, innovation, hurricane, lightning storm, cyclone armor, cleaves, or petrify. Like certain skill counts go up. Necromancers get a new. Um, Here's the rogue one. I like necromancer. No, necromancers. I only go over it fast because it just says skill tags. So it's probably passives that they're going to get potential buffs to, like maybe Hellbent Commander or something like that. And then rogues get three, one of which isn't really, again, it doesn't say what they are. It might be malice. I'd love it if it was malice and exploit ranks. That'd be really cool. If you could add those ranks to your gear, that would make things kind of intriguing for this season. Heartseeker count, Flurry Cleaves. Now, Flurry Cleaves is very interesting to the Andariel's Poison Rogue because you're using Flurry all the time, but you don't use it as your damage dealer. That could make it more of a damage dealer. And also, if you're going to use, like a Poison Imbue or a Shadow Imbue, like I use on my end, I use a Shadow Imbue on my Rogue. Um, that flurry can be shadow imbued and then cleave, and that hits a lot of that cleave is an AoE damage dealer. So that makes the Andariel's Poison Rogue even more interesting for AoE clearing. It's already a good bosser, so that just makes it better at clearing rooms and stuff too, faster clears. So that could be interesting. And then smoke grenade cleaves. So if you're one of these smoke grenade rogues, your smoke grenades can, instead of doing damage to one, do damage to many. Again, whenever you see cleaves, it's like, in an arc in front of you, it does damage to everything for X amount of damage. So it's pretty cool, to have that extra damage smashing and an AoE path everything in front of you. Bash Cleaves was the darling of the season for season 4, right? Bash Cleaves for blah blah. I mean, it's getting that particular affix is getting nerfed into the ground, but Bash is not off the table next season by any means. Just want to say that for sure because I played my Bash guy right on over, and he did 101. He just didn't do it as fast as all. And there's a couple of other things I needed to do but couldn't do, such as apply critical strike damage to my gear that would have made him far more formidable as a Bash. So I didn't really get to play it the way I wanted to and test it the way I wanted to because I didn't get that Gersh Dern deal to drop off for me. Um, so that's, and then there's some new sorcerer tempering manuals, 4 of them. Again, some to ranks, to unspoken ranks, to things. I don't know, could be basics. Teleport cleaves. So now, your teleport is damaging everything in an AoE along its path. Affixes, there's nothing here about the conjuration fortune aspect, and there's nothing here about this conjuration. This has just been data mined, so they know that they're in the game, but you don't know what they give you. They're not clear on what they give you. Anywho, so that's that for tempering. And so, you know what else should be noted about tempering? I want to point out really importantly, back up to this worldly finesse. So when you used to temper critical strike damage onto your weapons with a rogue, you had wasn't there a patch? Well, I'm talking about season 5 right now, Gojo. I'm talking about next season. There was a patch during the PTR, yes, but it didn't fix the drop rate on worldly finesse for me. But the cool thing about worldly finesse is you get a 33% chance to hit on critical strike damage, whereas when you were tempering with a rogue, you had 4 choices on the tempering manual, so it was a 25% chance to hit. So not only are you getting to put critical strike damage on your own gear as a barbarian, but you're getting to do it on a manual that has less choices, so you get a better chance at hitting it. And to be fair, when I tempered with my rogue critical strike damage, it hit all the time, dude. I was nailing it. I don't know about you guys, but that was one thing I never bricked was critical strike damage on my weapon. I hit it within it either came right up or it came up within the first 2 shots. I couldn't believe it. So anyway, that's tempering manuals, and I think it's important to mention this worldly finesse one in particular because it's really valuable manual, and I didn't see it drop in the PTR. I never saw it drop, but it's super important, and having it in the game next season is going to be great for barbarians because you won't have to level a rogue, and really it's great for everybody because if you want critical strike damage on your gear, you won't have to level a rogue to do it, and even if you are a rogue, you're going to get a 33% chance of hitting on critical strike damage on your gear instead of a 25% chance. Just for, just for giggles, thought that's worth mentioning. Class balance changes. So this is where I wanted to really spend some time too. Which classes will be the best next season? Blah blah blah. So I read these and I'll summarize. For Barbarian, it says while a Bash nerf was suspected, Bash is not as bad as you're going to be afraid. It's not as powerful as it was before, but it's still competitive. Here's the thing you need to know. The overall state of the Barbarian seems promising. New uniques and legendary aspects could add some real depth to existing builds while creating some interesting new ones. Flay is already exceptional. Whirlwind is making a comeback, and I can attest to that because I played Whirlwind and it was awesome. And Support Barb, I don't really know what they're talking about there. Support Barb, really. Fun dynamic build option. I would play Flay or Whirlwind for sure. People are saying Flay is the safest call for the best Barbarian build next season. Now, Cliptus, as I remember it, would tell you that Flay, while probably the best bosser, is also the most difficult barb build to play well because you have to time some things just right, and you have to have your shouts up at certain times, and you don't want to use rupture at certain times, etc. So, and actually, I believe there's a new legendary aspect coming into the game that makes it so you can use rupture without taking bleed off. So I think that's coming. I think I remember seeing that. Unbroken chain, no. Iron Maelstrom, the third blade, weapon master skills, core skills. No, I don't remember. Maybe I'm talking out of my nose about that. But Flay being the darling of the season next season. Flay being the flavor of the season. Druid is in a good place. There's so much coming that it's hard to talk about all of it. It's a good problem to have. They talk about all this different stuff that's changing. Druids were after Crown of Lucion as much as barbarians were in the PTR. It's just a lot of changes for Druid and a lot of and I didn't test any Druid during PTR, so I have nothing to report for you on PTR for Druid other than Druid's in a great place. They're continually tinkering with it and buffing it and making changes to it, and there's so many new and positive changes that it's hard to keep up with all of it. Is the comment to be made for necromancers? Um, the big comment was massive buffs to Bone Spirit, Overpower, Crown of Lucion again is brought up for Necromancer for that build. Shard of Arathiel Sword, basic skills, right? Bone Splinter proc build. Rogues. Rogues feel good. Dark Shroud now has movement speed through just getting enhanced Dark Shroud. You don't have to go to the third choice to get movement speed on it. Then you have this Umbra Crux, which also buffs Oh no, the Breakneck Bandits aspect. Where was that one that buffed? Um, there was a new aspect that worked. No, 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 no. Yeah, whenever. No, where was this? There's a new Dark Shroud buff. Or maybe it was one of the new items. But I thought it was the new item that worked in concert with Dark Shroud, but maybe I'm crazy. I thought I remembered this new item, or maybe it was the chest, which they're not mentioning here. It was the chest. It was the rogue chest. I want to go back and look at what that rogue chest was, the new unique for rogues. Yes, I'm not crazy, thank you. So this new chest buffs Dark Shroud. Dark Shroud makes you immune for 3 seconds. Your evade cooldown is increased by X number of seconds. Evading while Dark Shroud is active leaves behind an explosion that does shadow damage and pulls in enemies. I like that. I like that, especially for an Andariel's Rogue. So that could be really interesting chest. And there's just a lot of interesting things going on next season for all of that, for rogues, etc. All right, so back to we were talking about class changes. So rogue is in a great place, especially the flurry rogue. Source bad in season 5, although things don't look good according to PTR pre-news. I didn't play Sorcerer in PTR, so I don't know. But they seem very squishy and need love from a defensive perspective. I believe is the wisdom that's going on. And that would seem to do it. That would seem to do it for the class balance. So new uniques, new legendaries, unique item overhaul, affix adjustments, build specific uniques. Mythic uniques can now drop from the Tree of Whisper, Tortured Gifts, and the Purveyor of Curiosities. So you can gamble for uniques. Highly unlikely, I would guess, you'd get one. But you remember, if you would gamble back in D3, you'd often get from gambling, you'd often get ancestral legendaries. So mythic uniques can drop from all those places. Weapon types now available to additional classes, and then like we talked about, new weapon manuals. Whole bunch of balance changes we just talked about, and we talked about the different builds that might be good within those ranges. Bosses changes. Bosses can be summoned repeatedly without resetting the dungeon. How much time is that going to save us dude. How much time? I don't even want to estimate how much time that's going to save groups who are recycling and running over and over, doing rotations on bosses. That's a huge one. Summon bosses drop additional gold instead of rare items. So again, less trips to the blacksmith, more gold in your pocket. Beast in the Ice changes. You'll summon the beast instead of summoning him with a glass jar. It'll be a dungeon just like the rest of them are. Varshan, you won't need 4 different items. You'll only need 1 item to summon him, just like all the other bosses. World bosses are more resilient. I can tell you it took us at least a minute and a half to 2 minutes for a group of 12 to take down Ashava. So, 12 probably very well geared, for it's on the PTR. So people who are on the PTR, they're there because they are building stuff. They want to test things out. So probably fairly well guild, fairly well built, fairly well geared 12 guys. Took them about 2 minutes to take down Ashava. So you have to know the fight. You have to be able to avoid the mechanics, etc. You can't just go in there thinking you're just going to blast right through it. New and expected models, or new and updated models for the Butcher and other NPCs. So I guess they'll be doing different model looks. I guess it's worth taking a look at. No, I guess it's not worth taking a look at. Quality of life and accessibility. More treasure goblin loot. Whisper bounties require less time to complete. They're going to put all 4 whisper bounties right next to each other in the zone. They increased mythic unique drop rates from non-boss enemies, so non-boss enemies have a better chance to drop mythics, uber uniques. Uber uniques now are available from, like we said, Whispering, Obel Vendor, and Helltide chests. The Baneful Heart rate drop rate has been reduced. Tortured gifts no longer contain murmuring obels. That's interesting. I guess because you're getting them from the pit and some other places, they're not really as important to get from tortured gifts. Weapon usability changes we talked about. Boss changes we talked about. Healing potion and elixir changes we didn't really talk about, but that's minor stuff. Future accessibility features auto pin, audio navigation assistance, and compass. So there you go. Yeah, the compass will be cool. Compass kind of pointing you in the right direction no matter where you are on the map. That'll be cool. So that's it, man. And then there's the seasonal. We talked about the seasonal content, and we don't really know too much about that. They didn't really reveal too much of that about in the PTR. They keep that close to the vest. So that is that. That's season 5. That's everything pretty much we know about season 5 in a nutshell, in 38 minutes or less. So what do you think? What do you think about all that? Your thoughts? What do you like? What do you not like? I'll tell you, the thing I can say is the thing I'm the most looking forward to is the not having to reset the dungeon after each boss attempt. So you can just go in there with your mats and burn them. Burn them, burn them, burn them. And then when you've thrown everything on the floor that you don't want, you can just go back all at once and make trips back to the blacksmith with all the crap that you don't want and sell it or salvage it or whatever you want to do with it and keep the good stuff, separate. It'll be much more fun farming that way, I think, than what we're, doing now with everybody get out of the dungeon. Okay, everybody, we're going to reset the dungeon. Everybody approve that. Okay, now everybody get back in the dungeon. All right, who's got the mats? All right, here we go. There's this whole process that we hate. That's over. That's over. So that's pretty great. All right, so enough gallivanting with future looks at season 5. That was fun. I hope you liked it. I liked doing it. The next thing we're going to do is a little pit grind, and then we figured we'd see if anybody, I'm looking, when I look at the group that's in TikTok, I know for a fact none of you need. Hey, what's up, Tom Lamerson? How are you? Mark, what's up, man? How are you? Happy Tuesday to you, man. By the way, Dante Benuto, that's my name right down there. And I broadcast, stream every day. Broadcast makes me sound old, doesn't it? I stream every day from 1:30 p.m. to 5 p.m. on weekdays. I stream on Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, and TikTok right now. Hey, thanks for Let 'em Cook. You know what we do? Whenever we let 'em cook, we do riffs for gifts. So you gave me a nice gift, I give you a nice riff. Let's see, what do we got? There you go. Thank you very much for the gift, man. Appreciate it. That's part of our Riffs for Gifts program. What's up, Brody? How are you? Thanks for joining. Happy Friday or Tuesday. Where are you at? You playing some Diablo yourself? Are you in Diablo 4? We're in the pit grind, baby. Diablo 4. Today we're doing Diablo. We might do Elden Ring later on. We thought about maybe doing Elden Ring a little bit later, but I promised to kind of kick it back and forth between Elden Ring, Diablo 4. We're not going to just like stick to one or the other. We're going to break it up and kind of keep it interesting. It's interesting. What's one of the things that's interesting to me is it better than when it released? Brody, it's better than when it released in so many ways. It's not even funny. And we have just finished for 40 minutes going over the changes coming for Season 5, which make it even better. So, absolutely, if you played when it released, you're going to not recognize a lot of stuff that's in the game now. And you might, highly recommend giving it a try, dude. The things that you probably didn't like about the game, many of them have probably been addressed. And I would say that many of Season 5 in question. Season 5's in question, but Season 5's a throwaway season, dude. Yes, it's cross-platform, Brody, absolutely. Season 5 in question. So, Season 5 is kind of a throwaway season, in a way. Hey, thanks for the follow, Brody. I appreciate that, man. Here's to you, man. Thanks for the follow. I'm glad that you followed me. That means we'll get to see each other more than just today, and I appreciate that. So, Season 5 is in question in that it's a short season. It's, I hate to call it a throwaway season, but if I worked at Blizzard, I wouldn't be putting all my marbles in a 2-month season. Because the real meat and potatoes that's going to make or break this game and either send it into the stratosphere is the DLC. Because the DLC will bring a lot of people back. A lot of people like Brody who haven't played since the game dropped. A lot of those people will come back and see what the DLC is all about and check the new class out. And they'll see all the things that have changed in the game since they first played it, and they'll come back and they'll stick. That's my thought. So, if I was Blizzard, man, I'd be putting most of the eggs from my basket into the DLC right now. In Season 5, I'd be like, batter up. Swing batter. No biggie. Just take a wave at it, get it done, and get to Season 6. That said, we just spent 40 minutes going over all the changes that are queued up for Season 5. So it's not like they've ignored it. It's not like they've said poo, But I don't expect the seasonal content to be very deep. And there aren't a ton of changes to the game, but there's enough that it bears talking about. That's why I spent 40 minutes on it today. Because I thought, first of all, Wowhead did a really nice job of kind of summarizing everything we know about Season 5. And secondly, there's kind of a lot of stuff for a short season. They're doing a lot of changes. So it's in question, no doubt, because it's a short season. And also, it's not that big of a deal, even it does stink because it's kind of a short season. So we're all really looking forward to Spirit Walkers and Season 6 and the new territory and, all the stuff that's going to drop with the new content will be, everybody's licking their chops for that. So back to the state of Diablo 4 for me, Dante Benuto. So I've finished my rogue. I wouldn't say finished. It's not finished. But we're very close. And we're down to where we have to choose, how much of a pit grind am I willing to do? And the answer is the faster I can do them, the more I'm willing to do them. So Cliptus put out a Whirlwind 3.0 build last night. And I haven't delved into it yet because when I first looked at it and I realized I had to change my Paragon board significantly. And I was like daunted by that. And so I didn't do it right away. But I was like, if this is truly the fastest build we can make, then I really want it because I want to finish my rogue in as rapidly a period of time as I possibly can. And right now, I'm looking at about 37 pit runs at level 101. And at 3 minutes apiece, give or take, that's about 2 hours, 90 minutes, let's say, of actually being in the pit. Actual playtime in the pit. So I want to cut that down if I can. I want that to be 60 minutes or less. If I can do that, I can sit down and grit my teeth and bear it for an hour to finish the rogue. Because the barbarians are finished, by the way. Let's take a look. Yep, got 4 stars all the way around on this barbarian. We got 4 stars all the way around on the bash barbarian. So we are done with our 2 barbs. On 2 barbs, I've played Bash 1.0, Bash 2.0, Bash 2.5, Double Swing Whirlwind, Whirlwind Bleed. I played 5 different builds, pretty much, with my 2 barbarians. I've got 2 rogues. I've played 3 different builds on my 2 rogues. Twisting Blades, Heartseeker, and Dariel's Poison. Then we've got the Necro, and we've got the Necro is a Golem Minion Necro, and we've got the Firebolt Mage, Sorcerer. And if I was to rate them this season, yeah, Barb Nation, baby. You made it fun for me, Clip. I'll tell you, if you guys want to have fun with this in a season, get with Cliptus's build and just follow his builds as they progress throughout the season, and just follow him and follow his builds and make the changes that he makes to the best of your ability. And you'll have one of the most fun times in a season you could possibly have. I'll tell you right now. Because I've had it 2 seasons in a row like that, where now I followed the build, I followed him around, I did what he did, I followed the mechanics, I got the gear, I manipulated my boards and my skill trees, and it was a blast all the way through. It was a blast all the way through. Even when I bricked something tempering it, it was still fun. Even though it was frustrating as hell, it was still fun to do. I love tempering. I think it's a lot of fun. I love masterworking. I think it's a lot of fun. I like the way they made it. And no, thank you, dude. You made it fun for me. You totally made it fun for me, man. Here's to you, Clip, with the videos and the explanations and all the content that you make. You made it fun for me. I'm thanking you, buddy. Lots of fun. So, and I'm a rogue, dude. I'm not really a barbarian at heart. I'm a rogue at heart. I learned to be a barbarian. But I think the 2 classes go together really nicely, in that as a rogue, my preferred playstyle is a melee playstyle, and the barb is purely a melee playstyle. You are in the teeth of the opponent all the time, and I like that. I like being up close and personal. Um, I think ranged builds are fun, but more challenging sometimes to play. They require a little bit more discipline, positioning, a little bit more concentration, if you will. And sometimes when I'm playing a game, I don't want to concentrate too much. I want to bash, baby. I want to throw my daggers around. And so let's do that. Let's do a quick 101 and hang out. So the way I've got it figured, I've got about 34 pit runs to make, and I want to make them as fast as I can. So one of the things I'm going to do, and I don't think I'm going to do it on stream. I think I'll do it off stream, is work this whirlwind barb here into the 3.0 build that Cliptus has posted yesterday. I don't care about going deep into the pit with this barb. What I care about clearing pit 101 as fast as I can. And I have to remember and be okay with leaving and knowing and having the confidence that mobs are going to die. That's one of my biggest slowdowns, is like stopping and waiting to see everything die versus seeing the bleed meter and knowing it's going to die and just being able to move on, like mentally. Okay, see, the bleed meters are good, I can move on. Like I don't need to stand there and watch them die. That's one of the things that slows me down as a speed player, is the need to stand there while everything perishes. It is fun to watch, though. It's kind of mesmerizing. You can't argue that there are some dopamine benefits to watching everything die. Will Season 5 have dual potions? There were no potions. There was no holy bolts. There's no... Unless there's a new seasonal potion when the seasonal content comes out that we don't know about, Modest, the answer to that is no. But in PTR, there were no holy bolts nor momentum potions. But there may be a new seasonal potion that comes out next season. We just don't know. That's not something that they revealed in PTR. There were no potions. There were no seasonal potions revealed in PTR. And I don't think that they've been data mined, otherwise we would have seen it. Usually the seasonal stuff is kept very close to the vest. It can't be data mined because they don't put it into the live server until like the day of. I've been in here for 2 minutes and just opened the portal. Now this guy's not the super fastest bosser. He's alright. I hate the disappearing act. So that was pretty fast. That was relatively quick. I think they are fixing the quest elixir. I don't know what... Don't even check your bleed. Just trust they're going to die. Yeah, exactly, dude. That's mentally where I have to be. Don't even check your bleed. Just trust they're going to die. Keep going. If the bleed doesn't get them, the whirlwind will. That's where I've got to be. Totally. For speed runs, that's where you got to be. I think they're fixing... It says, I think they're fixing the quest elixir Modest. The quest elixir. The quest elixir was anti-venom. Right. The seasonal elixirs were holy bolts and momentum. Ah, that's right. The one that allows you to have double elixirs was anti-venom. And you're saying you think they're fixing that so that you won't be able to run two experience potions side by side? You think they're changing that? Right, okay. I didn't see anything about that in the notes, but it may have been talked about in a campfire chat. But in the synopsis that I just read, I didn't see anything about that. Ricky Kelleher, what's up, man? Welcome back. Good to see you. Terry Johnson, happy Tuesday. Welcome. NBA Edits, what's up, brother? Ashley, hi. Happy Tuesday to you. How are all of you? Hope you're having a great Tuesday afternoon. I'm just running some pits. Hello, good sir. It's great to see you, man. You haven't run 2 potions this season. Every time I power leveled, I ran 2 potions all season long. What potion lets you use 2? Elixir of Anti-Venom, and then any other potion you can use alongside it, and they both give an experience boost. And so, if you don't know, and you can't make the... Ooh, you know what? There's a world boss in 4 minutes. I'm going to go do that. Let's not die for no reason. But I'm also going to leave this instance and go do the boss. Josh, you didn't let me know that the world boss was coming. Where are you, man? I can't believe I had to find it myself. Yeah, there he is. All right, so in Giacol, in the city of Giacol, it's okay, Josh, I'm just teasing you. Terry and Modest. In the city of Giacol, in the north part of the city, there's like a building up here with a couple of quest lines. Quest givers. One of them, his name is like Baharam or Baram. Starts with a B, whatever it is, I don't know. But he gives you a quest to kill some scorpions. And once you open up the quest line and complete the quest line, you're able to make this elixir called the Elixir of Anti-Venom. You go to the alchemist, you go to craft elixirs, and you have this thing called quest elixir that you otherwise wouldn't have. And then you use the elixir of anti-venom, you can make these. You can use the elixir of anti-venom right alongside any other potion. Thank you, Terry. Appreciate you, man. Thanks for the follow. I'm going to have to adjust my follower goal because my vacation's coming up and I'm not going to be online for probably a little bit. Chad Clinard, hey, what's up, man? Thank you for the follow. Right on, man. Wolf, thanks for the tiny diny. Ah. All right, man. You got it. Tiny diny. Yes, Ricky, that's true. You can also use incense to further boost your experience, but it should be noted that if you die, incense disappears, unlike potions. So incense is kind of expensive to make. It's a little risky to take it. But if you're feeling confident or you've got a barbarian and you know you're not going to die, then you can use incense to further boost your XP and give you an even bigger, faster way to get to 100. I've got 6 characters. Yeah, 6 characters up to 100 this season. 2 barbs, 2 rogues, a sorcerer, and a necro. It was never easier to level than it was this season, and I think this is the right way to go for Diablo 4. I want to make alts, dude. We need to be able to make alts. The girlfriend loves my saying, yay, thank you. I don't get to express it here. I don't have a bad singing voice, actually, when I really unleash it. Like, this is all very reserved and fun. But when I'm trying to sing, I actually have a decent singing voice. It's not bad. So, yeah, I used to be a singer in bands and stuff. I just haven't done it in a few years. Last live show I played was December of 2019, so it's coming up on 5 years since I played a live show. I guess I don't really qualify as a live musician anymore because I haven't played a live show since then. Did I play one? I played like I made a cameo appearance at a live show. Like I popped on stage and did a couple songs, but I haven't been in a band that played a live show in 5 years. But I used to love it, man. Getting on stage is the greatest thing. It's so much fun. It makes you feel alive. What's up, Beyond Aspen? Happy Tuesday. Thanks for joining, even if it's only for a couple seconds. Hey, Go, you of Mish, it's up. It's good to see you again. Z-Twig, what's up? Chad Clinard, thanks for hanging out. Terry, thanks for hanging out. Ricky Kelleher, what's up, man? NBA Edits, my man. What's up, dude? Ashley, thanks for hanging out for a while. I appreciate you. All you guys having a great day. Really glad to see you. Thanks for being with me today. World Boss, yes, thank you. World Boss. Thank you, Chad. Might be too late. Hey, Danny Warren Fernand. What's up, man? Happy Friday, happy Tuesday. Go You of Mish is leveling his Necro, right on. 88 right now? Cool. How are you leveling? Are you doing, I'm trusting that this is on the World Boss. Where I thought I put it. Oh no. I'm not going to make it, dude. Where the hell was that thing? Had the marker on some weird thing that had no business being on. Come on, cat. Run. Am I my rogue? No, I'm not. If I was on my rogue, I would just run. I would run faster than my mount can carry me. Oh, I'm gonna make it. Nope, I missed it. Oh, man. We've never missed the World Boss. Has my timer for D4 been off? I'm not paying attention to it, dude. I'm so stupid. It's my something putting on pushing to 100. Barb is already there. The others are at the level 80 to 85. Right on. Just like slowly pushing towards 100. Working on your second Barbarian Bash build. Right on, Barb. You're at the marker dancing between Nightmare and Pits. And I miss the boss. I'm standing here at an empty boss. Look at the smoky ruins of an empty boss. All that for beans. A hill of beans. We never miss the World Boss. I think it was the Tiny Dinies that threw me off. What's up, Bad Steve? Welcome, Brody. Welcome back, bud. You can no longer say never. Dude, I always miss the World Boss. Missing the World Boss is about as trademark to me as playing the Tiny Diny song. Your game timer's running about 3 minutes longer? Oh, that's weird. It happens to you. Well, you have an excuse, Terry. You have a good excuse for that. I don't have an excuse other than being a space cadet. Yep, just got to keep running, knowing everything's going to die. Keep moving, everything is going to die. Keep moving, everything is going to die. See, everything didn't die there. Alright, now it did. Hey, thank you for the follow. Paulie, I appreciate that, man. Thank you for the follow. I'm assuming it's man. Could be a they. Thank you for the follow. In any case. Cool, man. I don't want to make assumptions. I do that way too much as it is. Do I have? No, I do not. It's just, that's, oh, no. Oh, yes. I'm dead. My timer will show 3 to 4 minutes left, but Hell Tide's dropped. Oh. The World Boss does the same thing. It's weird. The one online is probably more accurate than the one in game then. Because I follow the one that's online, and I'm never late. I know when they're happening. not really doing a great speed run here, that's for sure. Dancing between the circles is always fun. Easier to do with a mouse, though. I'll say that. Yeah, I don't think I would like joystick movement for this game. I've been playing it on the mouse and keyboard for far too long to try switching to controller. I am playing Elden Ring on controller. That game makes sense to me on controller. It would just be weird switching my mental faculties around. Bleed, Hive Master, bleed. He's still alive, is something like that? I died during that one, didn't I? Yeah. That's why the timer was off, or it looked like I was slow. It will show I have 4 minutes to get to the boss, but when I get to the area, it is dead. That's weird, Modest. Do you have your game clock set to the same? Is there like a thing that like synchronizes your clock to your computer clock or something like that, or is it automatic? Todd Corbett, what's up? Digital Soul X, what's up, man? Go you of Mish, great to see you. Thanks for hanging out for a minute. Terry and Ricky, great to see you. Ashley, Modest, Cliptis, Josh, Rudy, Rich, Shane, and Wolf. It's great to see you guys. Thanks for being here. Wolf, I'm glad to have you back, man. What are you up to? Are you done with Diablo for the season? Longtime D2 player, right on. I played D4 on console and couldn't get into it. Should I get it on PC? I play it on PC, Digital Soul, and I absolutely love it. I think it's a very good game. I'm a D2 lover myself. In between Season 3 and 4, I played D2 campaign all the way through, and as a barbarian, I'll add, and I loved it. So I think you might like D4, man. It plays like a modern ARPG. It utilizes runes in a very different way, but in some of the similar ways that we use runes in D2. Instead of runes, we have glyphs in D4. Red Dead Redemption 2 and The First Ascendant, right on. Which one has your attention more at this point, Wolf? Red Dead Redemption 2, or is The First Ascendant your main game right now? Pick Sorcerer. I was told that you'll have a blast. I was told that, Living Room Gamer, that Sorcerer is the way to go. I played Barbarian and it was a little rough, but I had fun with it. First Ascendant's got you, huh? Right on. Oh, cool, Digital Soul. Yeah, no, of course. I love it on PC, and I've been. Thank you for the follow, very much, Digital Soul. Appreciate you, man. I've been playing all of the Diablo games on PC for my whole life, so I don't even know what it's like to play Diablo games on a controller. I know Cliptis plays on controller and he likes it, but I just can't see changing my style. I've got myself laid out. Sorcerer are bad in D2 or in D4? Oh, you're talking about D4. Yeah, Sorcerer is bad in D4. D4 Season 4 Sorcerer is a little rough. D4 Season 5 Sorcerer is expected to be a little rough. Needs love. You play with a controller on PC. Right on. I'm loving Elden Ring on controller, but I'm playing it on Xbox. I don't have the PC version of it. I'm curious if I should get the Elden Ring, because aren't there mods for Elden Ring on PC? That would probably be a lot of fun to play with mods. Oh, let me junk this stuff before I go. Luckily, the timer doesn't start until I get in there. Max strength flax. No. Are there any necks and what do they have on them? No. No. Okay. Wait. +4 to rally and cry on your chest. That might have been cool at one time. Alright, now we're ready to go in the pit. Sorcerer fun. I play with a controller. I don't know that I would try to do Diablo on a controller on PC. I think if I was going to do Diablo with a controller, I would go play it on my Xbox on Game Pass. Try it that way. See how it felt. You know what would be neat? If I had a separate account on the Xbox and I could drag my Xbox characters through on my main. But then I'd have to buy the second account. Haha. Haha on me. Bleed. Bleed, enemy, bleed. Yeah, I'm glad I came back up there for those guys. Even though it's a backtrack. Even though it's a backtrack. Now this is a 1 minute. Yeah, now this is a fairly fast run. I'm already more than halfway done, a minute in. But unfortunately, I am not seeing any elites here. That is not helping. Dead end sucks. Get this at least. I hate dead ends, dude. They should just build a constantly unfolding dungeon rather than dead end you and make you scroll back. Since you're on a timer. Alright, I've been in here for a minute and 40 seconds, minute and 50 seconds. No, I hate this guy. Why do you have to disappear, man? Don't disappear, Stephanie. So that was about 2 minutes, a little bit more than 2 minutes. That's the ideal run for me. I'm not getting it too much faster than that. What's up, everybody? How are you? Andrew Clark 153, great to see you again. Ricky Kelleher, Sarah Bruno, what's up? I haven't seen you in ages. How are you? Sarah, great to see you. Ashley, thanks for hanging out. Do you get Ubers in the pit? I don't think so. I never have. Maybe. I'm doing Pit 101. I'm farming Pit 101 because I'm farming Neath Iron for my rogue. Let me see. Stats and mats. We've got 274. That's enough for upgrades on the rogue. So, there were... Hey, Twitch TV, The Dirty Rat. Thanks for joining. What's up, man? How are you? So there is a chance that they drop in pit, but it's a small chance. Incredibly infinitesimal. Thank you for the answer there, Korean and Q's. Appreciate that. Is that Cuse, New York? I'm originally from New York. That's why when I see Cuse, I immediately think Syracuse. What's up, Mish? All right, right on. I was right. Well, welcome to the show. I'm originally from Westchester County, New York. White Plains, actually. And I live in Chicago now, which is a gloomy place today. Adrian, what's up? Hey, thanks for joining. TK, what's up, man? Good to see you again. Hey, hey Arturo Pellico, how are you? Struggling to solo T17 pit at level 99 with your barb. Okay, are your glyphs all leveled up to level 21, TK? You're in Michigan and it's raining. I think we're going to get rain later today, dude. You lived in White Plains for a year. It's very expensive to live in Westchester County these days. Now, to be fair, Kareen and Cuse, when I lived there, it was not as expensive a place to live, and I didn't live in a nice part of White Plains. I lived in Ossining, which isn't exactly like a beautiful part of White Plains. So don't get the wrong idea. I'm no silver spoon baby. Supposed to be 101 for you, Sarah. Holy crap. I bet you can taste the pavement. That's terrible. Why do I think, Sarah, you're in Texas? Why do I think you're in Texas? Am I right about that? You got a Godslayer and Ring of Red Fuhrer. Okay. You're in California. SoCal or Northern Cal? Why did I think Texas for you? I don't know. I have a lot of Texas people. I got Texas TX Grill. Lydia's in Texas. Northern Cal. We've talked about that, Sarah. I'm sorry. Now that you said that, we've talked about it. I know we've talked about it. You gave up on this season. You did a solo 126 on Necro. Right on. Everyone gives up at some point because you get done with everything, right? At some point, you're finished. Glyph. Well, so TK, in order to go high in the pits, you've got to level your glyphs all the way up. So if you're running around with glyphs that are not level 15 at least, and really they should be 21. All the glyphs that you're using should be leveled to level 21. So rather than running pits, if your glyphs aren't leveled, you're better off running T100s until you can get all your glyphs leveled up all the way. That's the first thing that you want to do, is level up all your glyphs. And the other question I have for you is, are you armor capped? Is your armor for your character at least 9,230? Because you need to be... Okay, you're at like 17. That's not bad. That's okay. You want to finish those up, but that's not bad. You still get a lot more boost out of the remaining levels from your glyphs, though, so don't give up on those. Finish them up. Totally agree, Kareen and Cuse. That is absolutely, absolutely, absolutely necessary. I built multiple barbs this season so I could do multiple builds, but if they had an armory, I wouldn't have to do that. Exactly right. That's like Diablo 3. They have the armory, you know, and it's like it's sitting right in front of your face. What's up, Cameron? Thank you for the follow, bro. I appreciate that. Ekhale, what's up? Thanks for joining. Brandon, what's up, man? Thanks for being here. Good to see you. Casey Kramer, good to see you. Thanks for sticking around for a few seconds. So I totally agree with you, Kareen and Cuse. They need to have a leaderboard for the pit, right? For speed runs to see how far and how fast you can go. And also and the thing that I love about there being a leaderboard in this game, Kareen and Cuse, is that, yes, absolutely, is that you can't like stack Paragon levels to just keep going higher and higher and higher. Everybody has a finite. You have weapons, you have your skill tree, and you have your Paragon board, and that's it, right? Everybody operates within the same set of stuff. So it's all about your gear, it's all about your Paragon boards, it's all about your skill tree. Skill tree notwithstanding, it's really about how good can you make a Paragon board and how good is your gear RNG farming wise. So the other thing they need is an auction house, right? Because if you're going to have tradable items in the game, and then you should have also a way of trading them in the game. You should make it accessible to people. Don't make people go to an outside website to make transactions. If you're going to have tradable items, you should have a mechanism in the game for auctioning off those items, getting paid for them, transferring them to their owners. That doesn't require people to use some third-party website to manage. It's ridiculous. So let's take a look at weapon stats. Yes. So again, to start off with, TK, this is a Whirlwind Bleed Barb build. It's meant to go pretty fast and farm T101 as fast as it can. not necessarily go deep in the pits. My bash barb is the one that goes deep in the pits, and that one is a little bit different. So if you'd rather see how to go deep in the pits, deep as you can go, then I'll show you the other barb, the bash barb. That's a better bet. If you want to farm 101 fast, which is what I'm doing with this barbarian, then I'll show you this one. So which one do you want to see, TK? He's going to say both. So here we go. So main, this one's cool. Okay. So the main hand bludgeoning weapon, I take Strength, Fury on kill, and crit strike damage. I used my rogue to temper crit strike damage onto it, and then I took Dust Devil size as well. I use swords for my 2 one-handers. Again, tempered with critical strike damage, and affixed with critical strike damage as well. Barb's 2 OP with the 3 extra codex. Well, we have to go to the rogue this season to be OP. We need to go over to our friend the rogue and have him temper our gear for us to be OP. What's up, Ashkoji? How are you? Or AJ, might be AJ, but I'm trying to pronounce it right. I apologize if I mixed it up. Tesla Adventures, what's up, man? Great to have you in the stream. Thanks for joining me today. Dragoo, great to see you again. Thanks for coming back. So the 2 one-handers, Strength Max Life crit strike damage, Dust Devil damage, Dust Devils to cast twice. I kind of split that up. And again, tempered with crit strike damage. Now I happen to have the Grandfather, so I'm using it in this build. But you can go with a two-handed sword here with critical strike on it and critical strike damage as well. And then what aspect would you add? That's a great question. Let's go take a look.
Whirlwind has finally arrived on the world stage in Diablo 4, and I...
That's Cliptus talking. I had a video of his up. Edgemasters. You'd put Edgemasters here, and then you'd probably use... You have Rapid on the ring? No, Rapid. Yeah, I would put Edgemasters here and Rapid here. Although Rapid doesn't scale with Whirlwind, so Rapid's dumb. That doesn't make sense. Rapid is attack speed. That doesn't scale with WW. Hey, what's up, Snick? Great to see you, man. Happy Tuesday. Twitch, what's up, man? All y'all in Twitch. Thanks for being here. I thought everyone used rubies in weapons. No. Rubies in armor. Rubies go in your armor. Weapons, it kind of depends. In this case, I'm using vulnerable damage. Reason being, in my Paragon board, one of my glyph sockets is exploit, which exploits vulnerable damage, so I go for that as much as I can. Do you use the Godfather in the bash build? No, I do not, Terry. I do not. I use a regular sword. I don't use the Grandfather in the bash build at all. The only uber unique I use. Right on, TK. You're welcome. I know this is mainly covering barbs, but man, I can't find a glacial aspect for the life for my source. Glacial aspect? Well, let me see. Hold on, I'll tell you where the best place to get that is if you give me a sec. Glacial aspect for a Sork. Glacial aspect. No, not unique. Not uber unique. So I want gambling aspects for a sorcerer. And you want Glacial. Okay, so the best gamble is to gamble offhands on your Sork. So take your obols, instead of using them on Holy Bolts, take your obols to the obol seller and buy offhands until you get it. That's the best chance you have to getting it. Nope, offhands. I just looked it up. Offhand is correct. I know this is, yeah, you want to gamble for offhands until you get it. Steve Miller, you got it. I'm with you. Gone through 3K, you get, yeah, 3K obols, yeah. I would go through as many bags as it took me. That's the best way to target farm and aspect, for sure. That's a good question. A lot of people haven't really had to deal with that for a while. Target farming for a particular aspect. Yeah, I want to get my lights going in here. My lights are dim. There. Now I look more washed out, though. I'm going to kind of put that in the middle zone. There we go. A red and deadly place to hang out. Make it rain until you get it. Exactly, Josh. Thank you for the follow, Jermaine. Appreciate that, man. Prudish Mars, how are you? Thanks for... And Mr. Peabody, welcome back. Great to see you, man. Bob, what's up? Welcome to the stream. Steve Miller. Hey, you guys. I'm Dante Benuto. There's my name right there. I stream... Thank you, TK. I stream every day from 1:30 to 5 o'clock Central Time in the U.S. And I think that's UTC -5 right now, worldwide, if you're thinking worldwide clock. And I really enjoy playing Diablo 4 and Elden Ring, mostly. I play some other games too, but those are the main two games that I play. Hey, Mr. Skies, thank you for following. I appreciate that. All you guys who just followed, thank you for trying to help me hit my goal. We're up to 640 followers out of 700. Hey, thank you so much. Jordan RC subscribed with Prime. Thank you so much, Jordan RC. I appreciate the Prime subscription. Thank you. Gifts, always get Riffs on my show, and I really appreciate that, Jordan. So here it comes. Ready? Let's see. Let's do a different one. There's the riff for the gift. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate that. That was a Prime subscription on Twitch. Hey, thanks, Josh. Appreciate it. It's a little solo piece I pick out sometimes, practicing my finger picking skill and stuff like that. I'm not a great fingerstyle player, but I have practiced that at some. Mr. Sykes, I play this game, but my whole setup is messed up. What's your setup, Mr. Sykes, or what class are you talking about? That's how I keep from getting too messed up, is I work off a build like Josh Rudy's talking about. Usually I start with a build, and then after I'm done with the build and I understand how it works and I've put it all together, I start to tweak it. Because usually other people's builds have something built into them that maybe I don't necessarily need or want because of my gear. Like, for example, this one build that I was working with called for shadow resistance on the board. And I happened to get a piece of gear that had shadow resistance on it, so I didn't need it. So I just pulled back those like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, nodes that led to that zone. I took those back and I put them into like something that was damage instead. So you can take somebody else's build and then totally make it your own. And that makes the game even more fun. What's up, Swole Bass King? Thanks for hanging out for a sec, man. Future Past, thanks for hanging out. Rabid Panther, thank you. Oh man, I'm letting this pit timer go. So much for speed running. Yeah, tell me about your class and what you're doing there, Mr. Sykes. What do you play? A sorcerer, a barbarian, a rogue, a druid? Got to have faith that everything's going to die. That's the big thing. What happened? It got quiet in chat, you guys. What's happening over there? Tony Hurtado, what's up, man? Thanks for joining. Stormy, what's up? How are you? Happy Tuesday to you. Playing a little Diablo 4 with the fam. Potential spam calling me. No. Don't make me answer the phone when I'm trying to game. What tier am I doing? This is tier 101, and I'm just farming it, bud. I'm trying to speed farm T101 for as many Neath Iron as I can squeeze into, 15 minutes as I can get. I think my Holy Bolts ran out. Son of the Republic, thanks for joining. How are you? You found a 2GA Shaco, Ricky. Holy crap. That's awesome. I wish I had that. I'm pretty jealous right now. Hey, Jules, what's up, man? Happy Tuesday to you. Thanks for joining live. Great to see you, brother. What's going on, man? I'm just farming Pit 101. Keeksters, hey, I like that name. Salvador Naranjo, how are you, man? Thanks for joining live. You just learned about the armor cap a few days ago, so now you got to drop from... Oh, yeah. You got a lot of extra armor there for no good reason, buddy. You need to fix that one. That's going to, the happy news about that is you're going to gain a lot of damage when you fix that. It doesn't surprise me, dude. It's not easy to keep track of all the changes. Armor cap was a not easy thing to keep track of. All these changes that have happened in the game, so. Oh, there it is, the two banger Harlequin quest. Let's put that on screen. Hang on a second. Max life and cooldown. Wow. That's beautiful, dude. The armor cap Randizzle is 9230. You want to be just above it and not too much over it. 9410 is where I'm sitting. Yeah, you have too much armor, Randizzle. You can temper some of it back into... of course, dude. You can temper some of that back into damage or another utility. It's a great problem to have if you have too much armor because you get to put it into damage. It's great. Trey A95, what's up, man? Salvador Naranjo, thanks for hanging out. Tony Hurtado, thank you for being here. Keeksters, Gods. Ooh, I got to say this right. Alva Marine Morningstar, I love that name. How are you? ICB Senpai, what's up, man? Thanks, everybody, for hanging out and being here. I really appreciate having you. We talked a lot today about Season 5. We're just taking a good look forward. Thank you for the likes. I appreciate them very much. Also the gifts, all you guys that sent gifts, thank you so much. You can't beat a level 1 pit to even try the masterworking. Yeah, so the first thing you have to do is get your glyphs up, get your armor capped, and get your resistances capped. Those are usually the first things. When people are having trouble, the first things I ask people are are your glyphs maxed out? All the glyphs that you use... In other words, all the glyphs that are highlighted with this little red outline should all be level 21. And probably some of the other ones should be level 21 too. But all of your glyphs that you use should be fully maxed out to level 21. That's number 1. Number 2, armor cap. You got to have at least 9230 armor to push the pits. You don't want much more than that, but you want to have at least that much. Any more than that is useless. Any less than that is deadly. 9230 is where you want to be, or as close to it as possible. Jules, thank you. Yes. Hey, thank you for the follow, Killswitch323. Appreciate that, man. Love that. Thank you. Once you've got those things done, the next thing you have to worry about is your resistance caps. Usually they're 70%. Because I'm wearing Arterial's Might, I have higher resistance caps. But you want to get those all capped out too if you can, or get as close to the cap as you possibly can on all 5 of these things. Otherwise, you're going to die a lot. Kept me going for 4 minutes now, longest I've ever watched a live. AJ, thank you for saying that, man. I really appreciate that. Thank you, bro. Hey, my B13, thank you for following. Thank you so much. Kept me going for 4 minutes, the longest you've ever watched a live. You know, I got to tell you, I have a pretty short attention span, too. It's asking a lot for people to stick around. Thank you, Ryzen Gaming. It's asking a lot for people to stick around and watch some doofus talk about a game, you know? Unless you also love that game, you're not going to get a lot out of it. Alva Marine Morningstar, thank you so much. I love that name, by the way. Tim Perusi, thank you for being here. Killswitch, thanks for being Sons of Arkham, love it. Frankie Bumps, what's up? We've got a lot of people in chat today, so I just want to make sure everybody is welcome. And make sure you recognize my name is Dante Benuto. And I'm on Twitch, YouTube, and Twitter. Thank you for the follow, AJ. Appreciate it very much. And we play riffs for gifts. So anytime you throw a gift out my way, I take the guitar and play a riff for you. So that way it's always there's an even exchange. We're just talking about Barb a lot today, but we don't have to only talk about Barb, by the way. There was someone that asked a sorcerer question. We have a lot of general knowledge about the game. So if you have a, if you had a different class, I could probably help you. I'm a rogue and a barb. Those are the 2 classes I know the best. I could throw some necromancer crap around, but not really. No, I'm laughing at that, dude. Lucky on Twitch I'm on an ad break. Nobody on Twitch heard that. Zora the Explorer, what's up? X Tommy, what's up? How are you? Ashley, thanks for being here for so long. You've been hanging around for a while now. Oh man, that was funny. Yeah. I lost my cookies, everyone. All right, so yeah, so the 3 main things are get your glyphs leveled up, get your armor capped, and get your resistances capped. Once those 3 things are out of the way, you're going to be able to survive up to pit 60 probably, as long as you're not completely broken in your Paragon board and your gear has some semblance of something done to it, you should be okay. So Mr. Sykes, I wanted to, we were talking about tempering and masterworking. You don't have to masterwork right away, but you definitely have to temper. You don't want to try going into the pit too far without tempering your stuff. Have you tempered? If you're saying, I don't want to, oh, there's Mr. Sykes, he just came back. I was just asking you a question, actually, Mr. Sykes. Have you tempered your gear? At the very least, you've got to temper your gear. Jules, going to go try out my new Hoda Bash setup. Right on. Did you build that off of Cliptus's Hoda? Cliptus just put out a new video not that long ago about Hoda is back. Hoda Whirlwind. So, oh, yours is Hoda Bash, so it's not that. I broke way too much gear. That sucks when you break gear, dude. I hate that, Terry. I've broken some pieces. Do I still have that piece? I think I finally threw it out. Yeah, I finally threw it out. I had it. Rue, thank you for the follow. Rue, appreciate you. Thank you for following me. I hope to see you again, and when you follow me, that means we probably will, so thank you. Better Cheese, thanks for joining the live. Yushi Tadori, thanks for joining. What's up, man? Rand Dizzle, thank you for the follow. We're doing really good progress with the follows today. Thank you so much. You just took your Leap Bash Speed Farm to Hoda Bash Pit Boss Pusher. So I did a similar thing, Jules. I had a double swing whirlwind barb, and I switched it to whirlwind dust. What did I just say? Dust swing dust devil. I had a dust swing dust devil barb, and I changed it to whirlwind dust devil, and I'm so glad I did. Randizzle, thank you for the kind words, man. I appreciate that very much. Ricky, you bricked a 3 GA 2-hand mace yesterday, and you're still. Oh, no. No. I hate hearing about that. Metal. Or peace, depending. Or if you're Hawaiian, aloha. Agu, how are you? Elbori, thanks for joining. Not running Whirlwind Bleed. I am running Whirlwind Bleed. That's Aaron Connolly. This is Whirlwind Bleed, this guy. All right, chat, if I miss something that you say, I apologize. I'll promise I'll get to it as soon as I'm done with this pit. But once I get in here, I start concentrating and I can't watch chat as close. Yeah, Jules, I see you just posted something there, but I missed it, so I'll get to it as soon as I get done. I get a chance to get a second to breathe in here. Thanks for watching me play video games, guys. And I always say and want to put out there that I play with my viewers. I don't only play by myself. So if you want to be run through any content, if you want to get a capstone done, you're trying to get leveled up, if you want to run a T100 and level your glyphs up, I will help you with that. It's part of what I do with this show typically. It just so happened that today I got in here and it was kind of quiet, so I started running pits and chatting about stuff. But if you want to run with me, all you have to do is say so. I will post my battle tag in chat. We can team up. Thank you, Michael Fust. Appreciate that, man. Thanks for the follow. As soon as I'm done with this pit, I will make a point. Thank you for the follow, Kenny Jackson. Appreciate that, man. And for all of you, again, my name's Dante Venuto. I stream every weekday from 1:30 until 5 o'clock Central Time. And love having you. I hope to see you again. So in order to make that happen, please smash that follow button and be a follower on TikTok so we can see each other again some afternoon. And because I'd really like that. I've made a lot of great friends in TikTok gaming. Hey, Aaron, thank you for the follow, man. Appreciate that, brother. I've made a lot of great friends in TikTok gaming. Also, some people who have played with me in the stream have joined my clan. They have joined our Discord and gotten a lot of information and help and had a lot of fun. And I leave the invitation open if you want to join my Discord, or not my Discord, but the clan Discord. I'll also post an invite to that in chat, which you can copy-paste, hopefully. As soon as I get done with this pit, I'll do all the be a friend stuff. Ow! Slither's not a bad enemy at all to have to deal with. I don't mind him at all. I gotta watch this. Okay, nope, I got him down in time that I didn't have to deal with it. Cool. Alright. So, wow, let's take a look at what's going on in chat. There's a lot going on in chat. It's the only thing that didn't hit right was damage close on weapons. Got flat damage, which isn't that bad. No, that's not a bad trade-off, Jules. That'll work. Damage to close would be better, but damage is fine. Michael, ooh, we got another follow. Thank you. Cliptus, thank you for saying that. Appreciate that. Trying to get my Twitch going. So if you're here and you like what you got going, you can watch me on Twitch too, and I'd appreciate a follow on Twitch as well. Redgrave9, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that very much. Go you with Mish, thanks for hanging out so long. Jaden, Cohen, Agu, Terry Thomas, Cause and Trauma, how are you? KOG Danny Boy, what's up? Aaron Connolly, thank you for being here. Rising Gaming, thank you for hanging out for a while. I appreciate you, man. Jordan Gardner, Alva Marine Morningstar. Again, that name is just like it's giving me chills. Rand Dizzle, what's up? Thank you for hanging out. Jules, Josh, you guys know you're my boys. Ricky Kelleher, what's up? Go you with Mish, thanks for hanging out. Terry Johnson, Ashley, you've been here almost all day. Thank you so much. Clip, thank you for popping in. And, you know, it's always great to have Cliptus here because he's the lifeblood of the builds that I use is Cliptus. The reason I'm playing and able to do the things I'm doing in here is Cliptus. Go to Kick better, especially for small streamers. Thanks, Ryzen Gaming. I've heard of Kick. I've never tried it. I think I can actually simulcast on Streamlabs, which I have running. So thank you for that, Ryzen. Maybe you should jot that little tidbit down so I don't forget, because when I'm in the middle of streaming, I get forgetful, and if I jot it down, I won't forget it. Kick. Thank you for that. I take that to heart. Jules, for your bleed barbs, you'll actually see more damage if you get your crit strike chance up to about 75%, even if you drop crit damage. Okay, so Aaron Connolly, my crit damage on my Dust Devil Whirlwind Barb is 6,300 and crit chance 60. What's mine? Crit chance 61, crit strike 5311. And I'll tell you, I'm happy with it. I don't know where I could get more crit strike damage from. I guess if I had critted for masterworking on it more, or if I wasn't using the grandfather, I probably could get more. Crit chance 73%. How the hell are you guys getting crit chance that high? 71, 73. I mean, unless you're getting it from hitting it on masterworking. Gotcha. Cliptus following Rob's build. One of your rings is wrong. I've done runs at a bunch. 100% crit chance. Holy crap. You're going to want more vulnerable damage. I am spec'd. I have the only vulnerable damage I have coming to me is through my gems. I love the chat here. All dex gems and armor will bump your 10% crit chance. Ah, that's an interesting point. (10-to-1) ratio with crit to vulnerability. Vulnerability percentage, you're saying. Damage to vulnerable. Anyway, I'm sitting still too long. So let me see what I have for stats and mats at this point. 394 Neath Iron, that's enough to do a couple ranks on the rogue. Let me clean his bags. We'll get ready for another run, but we won't do one yet. Hey, what's this, sir? Strength, maximum life, and a crit on damage. That'd be nice, but I don't need it. No. Poison resistance, no thank you. I just check the next in case I hit the jackpot, but I never do. You're gonna make some breakfast. Thanks for leaving the stream open, Clip. Appreciate you, man. It's great having Cliptus right here with us. He's tested just about everything there is to test on barbarians. Yeah, there's a couple ways to get crit up. You can actually reroll affixes on your rogue to get dex affix lines. You can run dex gems in your gear. So it's all about just cranking dexterity more to up your crit chance. I got you. Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, he's saying that Dante, because bleed damage increases equal to vulnerable damage. Got it. I'm actually taking off vulnerable damage on my mace tonight, and my ring gonna add critical. Right on. Once you get your speed runs down, Dante, you got to give me time. Record a go. I got my 101s down to 65 seconds last night. Wow. Wow, 65 seconds. The fastest I've done it is like a little more than 2 minutes, dude. That's insane. Well, I'm going to have to retool my barbarian based on, yeah. he's got that Whirlwind 3.0 out. I have to retool based on that, and that means my Paragon board changes, and I don't know if the skill tree changes, but I'm guessing it does. Bernard Gordillo, how you doing? Scuba Steve, what's up? Bearded J, how are you? Kenny Jackson, thanks for hanging out, you guys. Andrew Watson, what's up? Thanks for joining the live. Okay, so yeah, I've got to figure that Jules. If I don't go to dead ends, my WW clears in 90 or less. That's crazy, dude. Yeah, that's really good. Go to all the dang. Yeah, exactly. I end up the same thing. Dead ends. I hate dead ends. I hate the dungeon dead ends, especially for pits. They should have it uniformly scrolling dungeon. Is my kind of idea for that. uniformly scrolling dungeon. You can just tack on another section as you go, a junction piece, a section, a junction piece, you know, like roll it out as you go. All right, let's get the rogue. The rogue is on speed, literally and figuratively. I want to masterwork a little bit here. I think I had 350 to work with. So that's not enough to do a 2 all the way up, but I could finish this ring. Yeah, 394 doesn't get me there. All right, what do we got? Yeah, dexterity, not bad. Yeah, I purposely made this dude super fast. So let's farm one up with the rogue. Yeah, my rogue's maxed out. It's 200 plus. It's 200%. It's probably plus to that. I'm probably over cap. Just my luck to start off with a defender pack that I couldn't even see or get to until. All right, can I move now? Thank you. Oh, I forgot holy bolts. I forgot holy bolts. Holy bolts. Rogue not quite as fast. Even though he's run fast, he doesn't kill as fast, unfortunately, yet. And I have the same problem on the Rogue that I have on the Barbarian. I linger. I stick around too long and make sure shit dies instead of just moving on and letting it die. Having confidence that it's going to bleed out. Or actually, in this case, poison itself out. Look, all of them are dead. Move on. All of them are dead. Move on. Right? All of them are dead. Move on. Nope, I gotta wait and see them die. And then these guys will get in the picture. Gamble them. Gamble them for GA items. They're great. I got a 3 GA item on my other on my Heartseeker Rogue that I'll never give up. It's the best item I've ever. It's better than any unique. It's better than any Uber. It's this 3 GA sword that's rolled perfectly. And I got it from the Uber seller. I got it from the Obel seller. The gamble. The gamblist. Are you using Andriels? Yes, I am, Jules. Whoa, I am Zen. Thank you for the galaxy, dude. Holy crap. Zen. Oh my god. Dude. You didn't have to do that. Thank you for the... Oh my god, I am Zen. Thank you so much. I'm going to play you a riff as soon as I'm done with this pit, dude. Riffs for gifts. You should get a whole song for that. Jeez. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate you, I'm Zen. You're new and you have no idea who you shouldn't fight. Man, you're awesome, I am Zen. Thank you so much. Give me the... I'm getting the chilly willies right now. Thank you, buddy. All right. Boss time. This guy's not a bad bosser. This guy's actually a pretty darn good bosser. He's not as good at the AoE rooms, but he's... Thank you, I'm Zen. I appreciate that, brother. You flatter me, bro, and I don't even know what to say, but I do know what to play. I'm going to play you a special little tune. We're not in tune. We're not in tune. Let's tune. That string was really bad. There it is. There you go. Thank you so much. I just want to say thank you for the Galaxy I am Zen and the TikTok symbol. I really appreciate the gifts, and that's over the top, dude. So Chad, what am I working on? I'm finishing up this rogue, dude. I'm working on finishing this rogue. He's masterwork to about 10 of 12 in most spots, 12 of 12 in a few, and I just want to finish him up and have him maxed out this season because it's been a lot of fun to play, and it's turned out to be... What's funny is, dude, I've made 6 tunes this season, and the second most fun I've had is this guy, the Andariel's Rogue. The most fun I've had is the Whirlwind Dust Devil Barb. The speed clears 101s. I love it, and it's going to be even faster. I'm going to make it even faster later today. But the Rogue, man, ooh, I love the Rogue. It's killer. What's up, Ivan? What's up, Schoolfire OG? Sprocket, welcome to the live. Thanks for being here with me. Appreciate all of you who are in chat right now. Thanks for hanging out for a while. We've got a whole bunch of new followers today, which I also really, really appreciate. And I just want to remind everybody, I keep doing this, but I'm Dante Benuto. There's my name right there. And I broadcast live every day, 1:30 to 5 o'clock Central Time. That's UTC -5 for those of you who are internationals. And I hope you're well, and I hope you're smiling. And I play Diablo 4. I play Elden Ring. And yeah, right now I'm just running pits and trying to max this Rogue out. And it makes more sense for me to run pits on the Barb because he can do it a little bit faster. And what do I have left for mats here? Oh, 2-4 Neath Iron. I gotta be able to do. Can I? I gotta be able to do at least one more upgrade, right?
I forge more than horseshoes and nails.
Yeah.
What do you need?
No, 104 doesn't get. 204 gets me there. Yeah. So I can do a 1-up on something. What do I want to finish maxing out next? These pants are last. Boots. Or the neck. The neck. Let's do the neck. Okay. Finish the neck next. Back to work, man. Appreciate your tunes. Hey, thank you, I Am Zen. And I appreciate the gifts very much, man. Respect. And my greatest and humblest thanks to you for those. Hey, what's up, famous one? How are you? Let's keep running these pits here. Right now I'm on my Rogue. I'm on my Andariel's Poison Rogue. He's a little bit slower than the Barb. He's about a 4-minute clear for pit 101 instead of 2 to 3. He's about 4 to 5. But I love him because, look, he can hang right out in the middle of a pack like that and live. Whoa. Even I know that's not a good place to stand. Hey, so there's a new episode of The Acolyte tonight. I'm excited to see The Acolyte. I've been watching The Acolyte on Disney+. It's pretty cool. It's great to have new Star Wars stories to get into. I like stories about the Sith. I'm kind of intrigued by the Sith. Whoa. Katrine, how are you? Happy Tuesday to you. Hope you're smiling. Thanks for joining live, and thanks to everybody who's here. I really love it that you're able to stay with me for a few minutes and hang out. Let me know what games you're playing. Let me know what classes you're playing, if you're playing D4 as well, or if you've moved on to Elden Ring or something else. I'm curious about you. I'm a little nosy, but I try to play it off as curious. There we go. Demario Haley, thanks for joining. It's getting quiet in chat, you guys. Who else is running a Rogue this season? Have you run any Rogues this season, Mr. Sykes? Gunslinger, what's up? Thanks for hopping in. Great to see you. You're not sure, to be honest? That's okay. Ooh. Oh, I love the movement speed when I get to actually use it. Yep, so I've been in here 2 minutes. No, 3. What's up, Jacob Van Price? Thanks for joining, man. Good to see you. You know on Diablo 3 you have this guy and it's Beast. Right on. The Diablo 3 version of this is the Demon Hunter. Whoa, hey, I'm losing health. I didn't know it. Yeah, see, I can just go a little bit faster on the Barb than I can on the Rogue, because he kills a little bit faster. Just a little bit faster. Yeah, D3 has made it so you can be very OP if you have a lot of Paragon levels. You can be very OP in D3. Wow, I just stun-locked her. Oh, I maxed out my obols. Here on Diablo 4, it's very different. But you can still make builds that let you cruise through stuff pretty quickly. Except for the pits. The pits are made to be difficult. They're made to test you. They're made to be too hard. They're made to test like it's a testing ground. Testing ground for your build.
Excellent.
All right, Coleman. D3, I have 14. Yep. 1400 Paragon. $14,000. Oh, you're talking about Eternal, right? Not the season, but Eternal. Life per second, no help. Let's get rid of this stuff. And go for Holy Bolts. Is there no Paragon cap in D3? No, there is not. There is no Paragon cap in D3. You can just keep going. The more you play, the higher you go. And that's why it's a little bit like leaderboards in that game can be a little silly, because it's all about how high you can go in Paragons, not necessarily how good you are or how good your character is or whatever. It has more to do with how high you can, really how high you can bot. So there's bots in D3 now too. Probably bots in D4 for all I know. As a matter of fact, I know there's paid bots in D4. There's a guy who made one in Russia. You can buy it. Run hits with it. I've also modded Barb Max in... Wait a minute, what's that say, Jacob Van Price? Cleared a tier 124 on Andy Rogue last night. Bosses get chunky. Yes, they do. Trying to max this guy out before I start pushing with him. Gunslinger. They're not very chunky at 101. I've having more trouble clearing rooms than bosses. Oops, see, that guy didn't die. How fast are you running 101s, Gunslinger? I'm farming them a lot faster on my Barbarian than I am on my Rogue. That was a nice pile. All right, I got to backtrack now. How's that guy still alive, dude? I've hit him with so much poison. Better not be chasing me anymore. 101 Soldier Worst. Pit tier 101. Just farming Neath Iron. And I should be doing it on my Barbarian, but since I got on the Rogue to level it up, masterwork it a little bit, I decided to stay on it and run a couple because it's fun. Even though it's a little slower, it's still fun. You're not fast at all. Take me 15 whole minutes and die a lot. Well, you know, you don't have to do it. The whole thing is, the only reason I'm going fast is because I'm trying to farm Neath Iron. If I was trying to push and go to the highest pit that I could go, it would take me forever. It would take all 15 minutes. You're out for a while. Hope the gaming is fun. Thanks, Wolf. It's great seeing you, man. Thanks for hanging out, bro. I miss you. I hope you guys are having fun playing First Ascendant and Fortnite. You're at 4 minutes to clear, 125 and 9 minutes at the boss. Whoa. John Smith, Tiny Diny. All right, well, we'll have to get that out in just a minute. I waited for that guy to die. Where is he? There he is. Done. Boss was a pushover. You can clear 101 in 2 to 3 minutes. That's about how fast I can do it on my Barbarian Gunslinger. I have done it in under 2. I've got a couple sub 2 runs under my belt, but I've never done it that fast on my Rogue yet. I still need to finish masterworking the Rogue in order to really test it out. So Tiny Diny in another key. Wow, that's hard. Tiny Diny. So we did it in another key because I had the capo on the guitar from earlier. I don't know if you could tell the difference. Thank you, Josh. The Tiny Diny tune never disappoints. Oh, thank you for the follow, Soulja. Appreciate that, man. Or I'm actually sorry for assuming you're a man. Thank you for the follow, Soulja. Appreciate that. Gunslinger, my amulet was the hardest thing to get. 4 Frigid Finesse, 4 Deadly Venom. Yeah, dude. The amulet is the worst. So someone gifted me with a very nice amulet with the double GA Dexterity and Frigid Finesse, and I put movement speed on it. You are a dude. Okay, Soldier. Well, you never know, and I don't want to make assumptions. Some people identify as dudes, some people identify as females, then we got everything in between, and I don't like to offend anybody. I'm trying to be nice to everybody. So, Juice, thanks for being here, man. Thanks for joining the live. Great to see you. Strikers X, what's up? Happy Tuesday, Gunslinger. Jeff King, it's the first time I'm seeing you. Thank you for being here. What's up? Thanks for hanging out for a few minutes. Mr. Sykes, Sprocket, what's up, man? Jules, Josh, Rudy, my bud. Ricky Kelleher, Ashley, thanks for hanging out. Cliptus is still here, even though he's probably having his breakfast. And John Smith popped in. What's up, John? Thank you for the tiny diny, and how are you? I hope you're well, brother. Hope you're having a great Tuesday. Do I have any amulets with plus to heavy-handed? If I did, Jules, I would give it to you right now, but I do not. I had been saving a couple, and then I didn't keep them all. I'll keep an eye out for heavy-handed for you, though. I haven't seen any in a while, because somebody else asked me for that too. They wanted heavy-handed with the GA. Popeye Jack, how are you? Happy Tuesday. By the way, I'm Dante Benuto. There's my name right there, Dante Benuto. I'm on every day from 1:30 till 5 o'clock Central Time, and that's -5 UTC for those of you in the international zones. Appreciate you being here with me while I play games. You're welcome to join me anytime. Here's my gamer tag, by the way, Diablo 10 number 1357. I put it in chat. Brandon, what's up? Am I on Twitch too? I absolutely am, Gunslinger. I'm broadcasting to Twitch right now, as well as on TT. And I would appreciate a follow over there too if you are so inclined. Thank you. All right, we're going to go teach the nephew how to ride a dirt bike. Well, that sounds like fun, Jacob. I hope that's awesome, dude. I've ridden a dirt bike twice in my life, and the one time I really rode it, like one time was just a lesson. The second time I really rode it, I made a huge jump, dude. The hugest jump, probably a good 15-foot up and over a pit, and I landed it too. I landed it and then I gunned it so I didn't fall. I was so psyched, dude. That was one of the best exhilarating feelings I've ever had. Right on. You used to race when you were younger. Wow. So you're going to teach your nephew to race? How old is your nephew? Is he a lot younger than you? Right on, right on. I have a nephew too. I have nieces and nephews. He's 15. My nephew's 14. He just turned 14. I'm going to see him next week, actually. I'm so excited. My nephew plays lacrosse, but he's also into motorsports. He loves like he likes off-roading and four-wheeling and trikes and stuff like that. He's into all that stuff. But he also is athletic. He plays lacrosse. And he's a big doofy do. He's a wonderful kid. I love him to death. Isn't it great having a nephew, dude? You get to spoil the crap out of him, and your backyard leads right to the ATV trail. When I was young, I was too much of a puss to do a lot of stuff like that. I rode my bike a lot, but I didn't get into motorsports as much as I should have probably. I should have been more into it because all my friends were, and we had a lot of fields around where there were built-in tracks and trails and stuff, and I failed to take advantage of it, and I regret it to this day because a lot of my friends were into motorbikes and off-road motorcycles and dirt bikes and stuff, and I wish I had been more into it. You're into all of it. The crazier, the better. Right on, brother. Right on, dude. Cool. Well, have a great time teaching your nephew. I bet your nephew's going to love that extra time with you. Hey, the boutique, how are you? Thanks for following, or actually being here, I should say. Jeff King, what's up? Mr. Sykes, Sprocket, Gunslinger. Thanks for being here. Great to see all of you on this Tuesday afternoon. Thanks, Jacob. What's up? Whoa, that's a peculiar name. I couldn't even keep up with that. He left before I could say hi. All right, let's run one more of these. One more T100. We'll see, and then we'll go back to the barb. Back to the bob. Now, the plan was maybe to run some Elden Ring today, too, so maybe we'll run a little Elden Ring after this. Rafa Senpai, how are you? Oh, wow, I shouldn't have stood there. That was a bit presumptuous of me. Cost myself 30 seconds right out the gate. Even streaks. Whoa. I don't like these firewalkers, dude. They're hurting. Try snowboarding, super exhilarating, flying down black diamonds. I'm not a snow sport guy, man. I tried skiing and snowboarding, and it was not for me. I do not have the kind of balance and coordination required, nor the interest level to be good at those things. They look like a lot of fun to watch other people do. I love watching other people snowboarding. It's exhilarating. I don't think I could do it. I'm afraid of heights, too. That doesn't help any. Getting on ski lifts is not my idea of a good time. I get dizzy at height. I don't like it. You guys are like, well, this guy's turning out to be a real loser. Hey, Darren Hobline. Holbein, how are you? Happy Tuesday. Sorry for mispronouncing your name. Kardotsky, how are you? Your rogue looks like she's got the zoomies. Yes, she absolutely does. My rogue is like me, and my dog has the zoomies. Whoa, don't want to stand there. Definitely don't want to stand there. Got frozen in place. That's what happens when you freeze a zoomie in place. The zoomie dies. That's 2 deaths in this one. Alright, enough of the deaths. I've seen enough agony for one round. I'm going to go back on the barb after this anyway. Or maybe put on Elden Ring. What do you think, you guys? Want to see a little Elden Ring before I go? I made it to this one boss yesterday that I could not kill. It's probably be fun watching me die over and again to this boss. Although I think I have a strategy that might work for me to get it down a little further than I did yesterday. Cyberpack, what's up? How are you? Happy Tuesday. Thanks for joining the live. Hope you're well. OP Clouds, what's up? I like that name. I think I know what it means. Hilarious Ray, what's up, man? Do something hilarious. Say something hilarious. Okay. Not the one I wanted, but okay. Oh, that hurt. It hurt, but I didn't get killed by it, which is kind of a surprise. Now I'm going to finish her ass. Peace. Thinking about buying D4 when you get home, but you can't play it with your wife. She only has a Switch. Oh. Do you have intercom? I don't think I do. No. I do not have intercom. I'm moving so much because I am A, trying to stay alive, B, ham-handed with the buttons and spammy. I'm just going to admit it, Sean. I am a little bit overactive sometimes with my left hand on this rogue because I'm so used to needing a lot. This is what happens when you play a lot of different classes. I play barb, 2 different kinds of barb, 2 different kinds of rogue. After a while, I kind of don't have my skills right, but I don't have intercom. So that's part of the reason why. But it's more because I'm being spammy with the buttons when I shouldn't be, Sean, and thank you for calling me out on it because it'll make me play smarter. I know about intercom, but I purposely invested in 200% running speed on this rogue so I could speed run. I don't want to be standing still, dude. I want to be moving. But that's an interesting idea. If you don't have intercom, then moving doesn't matter. Yeah. But that's an interesting idea for upping the damage. It would just slow me down. And it's an interesting idea, Sean. I would probably, what would I replace? I would probably replace elements with it. I would take elements out. And instead of having 30% damage sometimes, I would have 30% damage all the time. Well, all the time when standing still. It's not a bad idea. In fact, let's just test it, dude. Because it doesn't cost anything to do this, really. Certainly the one to replace is elements.
Impeccable.
So now instead of elements, I have intercom. Let's test it out. I'm going to put on Holy Bolts like I had and run it again. Let's see if I can kill faster. Thanks, Sean. That's a good idea. I appreciate the thinking. You still get 10% even when you're moving with intercom. Yeah, it's probably better than elements. What would you use in place? What would you use in place of intercom if you've already got using aspect of elements? Oh, I don't think I would mess with anything else. It's either one or the other. I think it's a 1-to-1 proposition, dude. I don't feel like I'm killing faster, but that could be me. Maybe I'm wrong. We'll see from the timer. All right, get out of here. All right, all right, all right. All right. Stand still. Kill. I guess the other thing is, now that I have it, I have to get used to standing still. You have to stand still for 3 seconds in order for that to kick in, right? I'm not sure about this because, yeah, it makes me want to stand still instead of flowing through the dungeon, which is my normal way to do it. Because I'm not taking full benefit of the skill if I don't stand still. Oh, that was almost a bad move. Well, it was a bad move. It almost cost me my life. The other thing is, I'll stand still, but I first have to find a safe place to do it. And whenever I can stand in my poison pools, it's always best to stand there too. Like that one. I shouldn't have moved from there. Yeah, no, I'm more of a mover than a stander stiller. Why isn't this guy dying? No, this is faster. I'm killing faster. 3 minutes in and I'm almost to the pit, boss. Those guys. It's important to run Retribution on the bow. I have it. I just rush through the pit and stand still for the boss. Gotcha. That definitely improved my time, dude. We improved our time. That definitely was a little bit faster. There's no doubt. Thank you, Ricky. Go eat. Have a great meal. Sean, I just run. So you have to stand still for 2 seconds to get the buff. It helps more with the boss. Yeah. Sean, thank you so much, dude. That was really cool. I really like testing things like this out. And it was a great piece of knowledge to share. And I'm going to probably leave it on. So thank you, dude. Appreciate you. That's a pretty good idea. Let's take a look at these necks. I always check the necks because, not the Word of Hakan, obviously, but the other necks because you never know what you're going to get. But nothing good came this time. Right on. BJ Scott, how are you? Thanks for joining the live. The Boutique, you hung out so long. Thank you for hanging out, Boutique. Gunslinger, Jeff King, Jules, Josh Rudy, Ricky Kelleher, Ashley Cliptus, John Smith, thank you for being here. Appreciate all y'all so much. You can also just run through the pits and play like you normally do, but stand still. Right. Just play the rest of the pits like usual, and then go. All right. So I'm going to try that with speed here and all the current buffs that I have, and see how fast we go. Burn one, what's up? I don't really down to farm pits with other people, dude, because you have to split the mats. I hate it. I wish they made pits so that everyone got the same amount of mats. It doesn't make any sense that you have to like switch off. Okay, you start this one. Okay, now I start this one. Next one. That way we split the mats. We should get an equal number of mats every time. That's why it doesn't make any sense to farm pits in groups. They really took away what could and should be a group activity, turned it into a solo activity. Yeah, I feel like this is better than Elements, dude. This was a good suggestion. It's true, it's all just more damage uptime all the time. Not just when I'm using poison. Never did understand why they did that. Yeah, I don't either. I think it's to keep people from being dragged through the pits for free, you know, for free mats. They don't want people getting high amounts of mats if they don't deserve it, so to speak. Like if you can't run Pit 101, you shouldn't get Pit 101 mats. I guess is their thinking. I just disagree with it. So my new... Wow, Gunslinger, thank you for the follow on Twitch. I appreciate that very much, man. Those Twitch follows help a lot. Ow! Frozen. Stunned. Don't want to touch that. Hate these shaman. New Bash Ho to set up a slap and gonna farm T101 for mats. Now need a lot of mats. Yep. Right on. Good for you, Jules. Ooh. I'm gonna send you a friend request, Burn One, as soon as I'm done with this pit. Because I want to be friends anyway. Bit. Yeah, now there's just nothing in here. Hey, thank you for the subscription. Gunslinger, you didn't have to do that. Thank you, brother. Go Twitch, go. Thank you, Gunslinger. Thank you so much. I appreciate that very much. A simple follow would suffice, but thank you for the subscription, man. I appreciate that. It's more fun over on Twitch. There's more stuff to do. You can tell me to drink water or play a song or make a beat. I just tried rolling it and used 400 Angel's Breath and 200 going nothing. Ugh. Yeah, it's so hard to roll passives. They're not weighted correctly. It's no fair. That was a big complaint a lot of people had with enchanting, was trying to roll passives is really hard. They're not weighted enough. They don't come up enough. I mean, how many times do you get life per second? That's weighted very heavily. Yeah, it's like 50 to 1. It's ridiculous. It shouldn't be like that. Especially for some passives are really important to your build. Hey. Every other is life and life. Yeah, exactly. Life, 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 lifety, life, life. Things I don't want. So this is not the most... Yep, I hate ads. That's a good point. The ads do kind of suck, but you do get a lot of other features like the channel points and some other neat things. Life per sec is the most common, but least used. Yeah, most definitely. It's a filler to screw you up. That's what it is. Life on hit. There's the aforementioned life on hit and life per second on the same item. Look at that. Piece of crap. Aaron Street, what's up, man? How are you? Thanks for hanging out for a few minutes. What's up? Happy Tuesday. Oh, man. I think we're just going to trash this whole set here. I don't think anything fell that I really want to keep. I just want to check my amulets, but yeah, no, nothing really special. I also look for pants with all resist on them, but I already have some, so I'm good. I'm good with this. All right. Oh, and let me check neat iron. At this point, we're up to 354. Let's master work. Let's finish this neck, dude. All right, we're hoping for Frigid Finesse. We really want one more rank to Frigid Finesse. Oh, come on. Come on. Heavy, concussive. Yeah. Yeah! No! Oh, it fooled me. It fooled me. I wanted it on Frigid Finesse. That's a lot of dex. I mean, that's good dex, but I really wanted the ranks to Frigid Finesse. More damage to Frozen. That would have been better. You can get it as high as 8. Mine's at 5, and I'm pleased with it, but I don't want to roll it back. I would have taken. Well, I'm glad it didn't land on movement speed either, because I'm already capped out, and that would have just been a waste. So, all right. What's up, Ban? Banks? It's like ZX Bank, ZX Ban XZ. All right, so we're finished with that piece. We got 1, 2, 3, 4 more pieces. Each one of them is going to take 400. So that's a total of 1,600 neath iron that I need to finish up. And I currently have 100, so I need 1,500 neath iron to finish this rogue. Oh boy. All right, let's get back to the barb. Back to the barb. Can I play any Metallica? I can play some Metallica, but my guitar is not currently tuned for that. I have it all 60 per, that's 530 runs. Yep, that's exactly right, Jules.